we're first working on an app here at Yeti and we're working with a client, we always talk about making the minimum lovable products, which is a spin on MVP or minimum viable products. And the question people ask is, how can they create an app that people will actually want to use? So we have a slew of different exercises, activities, design thinking, processes, and deliverables that we go through to make sure that the apps that we're creating are ones that people are actually going to want to use. So a handful of those. When we're first starting off with a product idea, we come up with the user personas, so we know, first of all, who is actually going to be using the product very specifically. Then we start to talk about empathy maps, and we start to think about, okay, there's our target person who's going to be using the app. What are some of the things that they're feeling, thinking, seeing, hearing? What sort of states are they in before, while using this app? We talk about how they might hear about the app and they might get referred to it, how they might find an ad for it, how they might hear someone posting about it on social media, etc. And then we start to think, okay, now that we've got this base understanding about our user, let's talk through the user journey or the flow that are kind of the core experience that someone might go through. So we start with how they might hear about it or get introduced to the app or get invited. And then we start to talk about the core flow that they'll take through the app. Really their sort of baseline journey through using the app, and then maybe how they might return back to the app. And there's touch points here between maybe multiple different times they might come back to the app. Maybe they actually need to spend a couple hours in the app. Maybe it's something related to work or a business context, and they're doing some sort of like maybe they're doing their part of their job in the app. Maybe it's something they come back to and they just spend 5 minutes a day. And so we map out a nice flow using some sort of tool where we talk about the different touch points. What are they doing? And then we can, from there, identify places where we could enhance the experience, make some of those friction points easier, make some of those other things that like they're thinking, feeling, hearing, doing, trying to solve some of those. Maybe it's just the tone of the app or even some extra copy or things we say in the app or through some illustrations. We also try to think about the UX as well in that user journey. How can we reduce the number of steps or the number of clicks that someone might have to go through so that they can do whatever action or task it is quicker?